Share it. Okay, so students, good evening, one and all. So this is our second class on GATE digital circuits. Okay, the thing is, last class we have seen what is number systems, base, and all, and also we have been left out one more actually part of it, which was very important. So unknown base, how to find out the unknown base, we'll see it later on, don't worry. So before that, we'll start actually one more important topic of the GATE, which is actually representation of signed numbers. So this is little bit kind of important, and mostly some questions will come up in the GATE exams. Okay, so make sure that you can understand about it. Okay, so mainly the signed numbers. Before starting the representation, what is signed number? All of you know that there are normal numbers. What are normal numbers? Like 7. Let's say 7 is a normal number. You know that how to convert this 7 into binary. Okay, which is nothing else, very simple. It's just simple one. Okay, now it's signed number. Signed number means it has certain sign actually. What is sign? Either it will be +7 or it will be -7. Now the question is how to represent this +7 and -7 using say like binary form. Okay, that is actually the question. So the representation of these signed numbers we are going to see now. In order to represent these signed numbers, there are mainly two different techniques are available. First technique is the signed magnitude form. We can represent the signed numbers using signed magnitude form. Okay, so this is one of the technique, and another technique is the complement form. We are slowly moving towards our important part of the syllabus, complement form. Okay, under the complement form there are two different types of complement forms to represent. One is complement and two is complement form. Okay, so see here, in this from the first unit of the GATE exam, this one is very important, students. Okay, so it's surely one of the question you can expect, you are lucky enough. Okay, so what I am going to tell here, so this number +7 or -7, these are all what actually signed numbers. In order to represent these signed numbers, we'll be having two different forms actually. Okay, so we'll first see what are the syntax to represent the signed magnitude form now. Then we'll see the complement form, how to represent the signed numbers. Okay, so see here what we have to do. The first technique is signed magnitude form. So this is actually what signed magnitude form to represent the signed numbers. Okay, so as I told you, we have to represent the signed numbers either -7 or +7. Okay, so this is actually the sign. Okay, the 7, obviously we know that, everybody know that this will be 111, and this 7 is also everybody knows that this is 111. Now mainly to represent this sign made is the challenge here, nothing else. So in order to represent this, the syntax is actually, if you want to represent sign number using sign magnitude form, the syntax is the sign bit, that most significant bit, and here it is the least significant bit. The most significant bit is the sign bit. Okay, then here actual binary. So we know that what is actual binary of 7, so no worry about it, just we need to see about this. So what is sign bit? If it is +7, okay, plus, then the sign bit is 0. If it is minus, then the sign bit is 1. Okay, this is only the thing. So if you want to represent +9, what you need to do? This sign bit is 0, and 9 is obviously everybody know that it's 1001. So what is the representation of +9? 0, 1, 0, 0, 1. Similarly, -9, how to represent? Minus sign 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. So only the sign bit is going to change over here, nothing else. So now the question is, how the question will come in the GATE exam in sign magnitude form. So actually this is the question of 2014. So see here how the question comes in GATE exam. One of the example I can show over here. What is the GATE question here? Let's say 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, if you are not understanding, ask me, students. Okay, 1, 1, 1, 1. Represent in signed magnitude form. Represent in signed magnitude form. Okay, equivalent to, signed magnitude form equivalent to. So choices are, let's say 15, B 0, C 7 +7, D -7. Okay, what you need to do, so first of all read the question. Mostly people what they will do, they will start doing this directly, they will put over this 15 because everybody know that 1111 represented in, so they here it's written sign magnitude form, so it's actually the form with a sign bit. So obviously if it is a form with a sign bit means obviously what you need to do, the most significant bit, this is the MSB, which is actually the sign bit. Now you also know that what is one actual represent in sign bit, it's minus. So you have to choose where are those minus sign will be there. So in these three options there is only one thing, so no need to choose anything else, just you need to choose blindly. Okay, so see here, if the questions will having the choices like this 15, B 0, C minus 7, let's say D minus 9. So at that time you have to see there are two different minuses are there. So we have got sign bit as 1, but at that time you have to again see the actual binary. So actual binary you need to see that time. If there are two different minus signed numbers will be given in the choices, then you have to check the actual binary. If there is only one single negative sign symbol will be there, then just you blindly choose this one as your answer. Okay, so obviously actual binary is again 7, so my choice will be minus 7 is the answer. So have you seen it how the question will come up? The question will come up like this. So we'll see a lot of questions actually on this because today's class mostly on this actually. Okay, so next part is representation of signed numbers using complement form. Okay, so all of you understand that one with what I have told till now. Complement form, representation of signed numbers using complement form, I'm going to tell you now. So did you understand, students, how to represent the signed numbers using magnitude form, signed magnitude form? Just you need to check the sign bit. What is the sign bit? This is the MSB bit actually. If it is plus, it's 0. If it is minus, it's 1. And remaining are the actual binary numbers. Okay. So now complement form. In under the complement form, there are two different ways the complement form. 1s complement and 2s complement. Okay, so now the question is, what is 1s complement? Everybody knows that 1s complement can be obtained by just complementing each and every bit binary number. So let's say binary number is given to you here 1001. So what is the complement form of this binary number? The 1s complement is actually your 0110. Just you have to interchange the bits, nothing else. I'm just interchanging the bits, nothing else. So this is actually 1s complement form of the binary 1001. Okay, now the question is how to represent your signed number using this 1s complement technique. So for that particular syntax is there. What is the particular syntax? The syntax is again the thing over here. You can see the syntax to represent the signed numbers using 1s complement form. It's nothing else, very simple. This is the sign bit. Initially it's sign bit. Okay, and this is 1s complement of the 1s complement of the actual binary. Okay, do you all understand, students, what you need to do? The syntax is sign bit will be your MSB bit and other bits are actually 1s complement of the actual binary. So now the question is how to represent minus 7 using 1s complement sign magnitude form. Okay, so what you have to do at that time, minus means obviously sign bit is 1 and 7 means the actual binary is 111 and 1s complement of the actual binary is 000. So what is the answer? 1000. Any doubt, students? Please let me know immediately. And how to represent plus line? 0 and 9 will be represented in binary 1001. So 1s complement is obviously 0110. So this is 011.
Sir,
Yeah,
excuse me.
yeah, tell me. Any doubt?
Sir, can you name me once more once complement, sir?
Okay, I'll tell you, no problem. So see here, what I have told you signed magnitude form, that you understand. Who is this? Can you please unmute and tell me? Hello?
Yes, sir, I have understood, sir, that signed
Okay,
one.
signed magnitude. Now second part is the complement form to represent the signed magnitude. Okay, so the complement under the supplement form, there are two different complement forms. One is 1s complement form, another one is 2s complement form. Okay, so under 1s complement form, before starting the representation of signed numbers using 1s complement, now you have to know about what is 1s complement. 1s complement is nothing else. Let's say you will be given a binary number Okay, the binary number, let's say, is 1001. You want to represent the 1s complement of the binary number. Just what you need to do, you have to interchange the bits. So what you have to do, 1 you have to make it to 0, what 0 you have to make it to 1, 0 you have to make it to 1, 1 you have to make it to 0. This is actually 1s complement form of this particular binary number. Now the question is how we can use this 1s complement technique to represent our signed number. So all of you know that what is signed number, either it is +7 or -7, either these bits are represented actually as a signed bit. So as I told you, plus means it will be 0, which is MSB bit, and minus means it will be 1. So these are all MSB bits actually. Apart from that, there is a syntax. What is the syntax to represent the signed magnitudes using 1s complement technique? The syntax is this is your sign bit, okay, and this is your 1s complement of actual binary, okay, actual binary. This is my syntax. Now the question is, see some example, how to represent -9 over here. So all of you know that minus, here it's minus. So what is my MSB? This is my MSB. Minus means my MSB would be 1. So I will be blindly, I will write just 1. Okay. Next, 1s complement of actual binary. Now the thing is, what is actual binary of 9? Actual binary, if I, this is 9 is decimal. So the actual binary of 9 is 1001. Okay, this is my actual binary. So I want to form the complement form of this to write the particular representation. So what I have to do in order to find out the 1s complement of 1001, so this is 0110. So this is actually 1s complement of this 9. So I am just blindly write down over here 0110. So this is the representation of -9 using 1s complement technique. Now another example I'll give here. Let's say +8. How to represent +8? +8 means the magnitude bit or sign bit is 0. 8 will be represented in binary how? 1001. Sorry, 1000. Okay. So what is the 1s complement of it? 0111 is the 1s complement of actual binary. So here 0111. So this is the actual representation of signed number +8 using 1s complement form. Any doubt, students? Please let me know. A quick feedback. So this is important, students. Did you understand what I have told till now? Please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, quick feedback. So anybody has doubt? Prakash, anything you are
Sir, I
saying?
got it, sir. Thank you.
Okay, okay. And anyone? Harsha?
Thank you, sir. I got it, sir.
Harsha? Did you understand, Harsha?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Is it easy or difficult? So some of the
No, sir.
questions,
Easy, sir.
yeah, some of the questions you can expect from this. I will tell you what type of questions actually after on. Don't worry. Okay. So there will be particular techniques are there. So with the techniques we can do all the things. Okay. Okay. So next, just a minute. Okay. So we'll start next part. So next part of mine is actually how to represent the signed magnitude forms, how to represent the signed numbers using 2s complement. Signed numbers representation using 2s complement. Okay. So before starting the thing, we should know what is 2s complement. Let's say 7. I have been given you 7. How to find out 2s complement of it? First, what you need to do, you have to take the actual binary of 7, which is 111. Then you have to find out 1s complement of 7. The 1s complement of 7 is 000. Then the 2s complement of 7 is 000 plus 1, which is nothing else, 001. So this is actually 2s complement of the 7. So now, did you understand what is 2s complement? What you need to do, 1s complement plus 1 is actually my 2s complement, nothing else. Okay. So this is actually the technique you have to use here to represent the signed numbers. How? Again, the particular syntax is there. What is the syntax? Very simple syntax. The syntax is the sign bit, which is actually my MSB bit, and after that 2s complement of actual binary. Okay, 2s complement of actual binary. So the question is here, how to represent plus 9 using this technique. So what you have to do, very simple. After seeing this, my MSB is obviously 0, which is a sign bit. Now I have to perform 2s complement of 9. So what is 2s complement of 9? 2s complement of 9 is 9 is represented in binary 1001. What is 1s complement? 0110 plus 1 is my 2s complement. So this is 0 1 1 1. So answer is 0 0 1 1. Okay. So this is the way we can represent plus 9 using 2s complement form. Okay. Now another question, minus 7. How to represent is, minus means my MSB is obviously 1. 7 means what is my 7? If I represent 7, it is 1 1 1. Then 1s complement is 0 0 0. Then 1s complement 1 is 2s complement, which is 0 0 1. So answer is 0 1 0 0 1. Okay, did you all understand? This is the way you can represent any number of any signed numbers using 1s complement technique and 2s complement technique. Now the question, how in the GATE exam the questions will come up. Okay, so these are all particular techniques I have told you. Now how you can use this technique to solve the GATE questions. Okay, we'll do few questions, actually 1 or 2 questions remaining. It already there in my YouTube channel. I will share that one with you, no problem. Okay, if time permits, we'll do more questions also, don't worry students. Okay,
Sir, yesterday's class, you haven't shared the notes, sir.
okay, I'll share it. I'll share the, do you want YouTube videos or you want notes?
Notes and YouTube video both, sir.
Okay, I'll share it up, no problem. Today evening,
Okay, sir.
today after the class, I'll do it. Okay, I'll just sit up for a few
Okay,
minutes and
sir.
I'll. Okay, so the question,
Thank
how
you,
the
sir.
question will come up now. Please see it. Okay, it's already asked this question in the I think 2013 or 14, I did not remember. I have not written also. So how they have asked the question, see here, very important question. If you are not understanding, ask me. Okay, basically many of the people, all of a first time, they will not understand this type of questions. Okay, if you read also, it will be little bit difficult actually. So see here, so but don't worry, I'll tell you the technique. Represent minus 28 in 8-bit 2s complement form. Okay, so the question is, you have to replace, so there will be particular choices will be there, don't worry. So how the question will be, you know, so minus 28 can be represented in 8-bit 2s complement form. So there will be few choices. Okay, you have to choose those particular choices. So what you need to do in order to solve this, the first part is, so you have to read the question. So this is obviously identify, this is a signed number. This is the first clue. Next clue is the number would be 8-bit. So what is 8-bit? 8-bit, is it including my sign bit, or is it including not including my sign bit? Obviously it's including sign bit. Remember, this is sign number. The clues I am writing here, this is sign number. You have to represent in 8-bit 2s complement form. So this is the 8-bit is including the sign bit. Okay, including the sign bit. Okay, next you have to represent in 2s complement form. Okay, so what you need to do, if you can, so if you want to represent minus 28 in 8-bit 2s complement, so obviously one bit I came to know. What is the one first bit? The MSB bit is, I came to know, which is nothing else, my sign bit, which is 1. Am I correct? So now you have to look into the choices. If the choices which is starting from a MSB bit 1, just blindly choose that up. No need of anything to look into. If that is MSB only 1 is there and others are all zeros, then blindly choose that choice. That is the first thing. If in the choices all MSB bits are 1, then your hunting will start. What you need to do, please see here what I am doing. So as we know that this complete signed bit, including signed bit, is a 8-bit. Okay, so obviously this is my sign bit, 1 bit left over, and remaining bits, 7 bits, are my what actually are my 2s complement of actual binary 28. Okay, so what remaining 7 bits would be represented as 2s complement of the actual binary 28. Did you all understand, students? So what you need to do, first bit I came to know. Now remaining 7 bits I have to represent in 2s complement form of the actual binary 28. Okay, so what I need to do, the first step here, I need to represent this 28 in normal binary form. Okay, how to represent 28? Obviously I told you 1 2 4 8 16. So this is the way you can represent. So this is 16 is more than enough to represent the thing. So this will be 1 16 plus 8 24 plus 4 28. Other things are 0. So this is the representation of actual binary. But see here I am getting how many bits, students? Only 5 bits. I am getting only 5 bits, but I need here 7 bits of 2s complement form. If I do this, then obviously I will get wrong answer. So remember, one of the choices will be given like this. Okay, so you may at that time you may choose that one also, it will be wrong. Okay, so what you need to do, after representing this 28 in actual binary, so this is actual binary of 28. Now what you have to do, you have to represent this 28 in 7-bit form. What is 7-bit form of 28? If you paid 2 zeros at the MSB, it will not change my value of 28. Am I correct? So this is my 7-bit of 28. All of you understand, students? Up to this, everybody understand? Please let me know. Then I will proceed. Students, hello, did you all understand up to this, students? How I have represented? Sandeep, is it okay? Hello? Sankar, is it fine, Sankar?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll do the thing then. So next, so I have represented my 7-bit of 28. Okay, now what I need to do, I have to represent minus 28 in 8-bit 2s complement. So obviously I came to know that my MSB bit is 1. Sorry, what is the problem? Just a minute. Okay. Okay, so here what I have achieved, I have achieved 28 in 7-bit form. So actual binary of 28 I have achieved in 7-bit. Actual binary of 28 in 7-bit I have achieved how much? 00 111 00. So this is 7-bit of 28. 28 represented in 7-bit form. Now what I need to do, I have to find out 2s complement of it. Okay, so how to find out? First I have to do 1s complement of 28, 1s complement of 7-bit 28. Okay, which is nothing else, 1 1 000 1 1. Then I have to add plus 1, which gives me 2s complement of 28. Okay, so which is nothing else, 110, then carry 1 110, carry 1 1 0 0 1 1. Okay, 1 1 0 1 0. Okay, so this is 2s complement of my 28, 7-bit 28. Now what is the sign bit representation of minus 28? Minus 28 MSB is 1. Okay, then remaining actual 2s complement of actual binary. So actual binary is 28, 2s complement is this one. Just you need to copy it up. Okay, so this is the representation of 8-bit 2s complement form of 28. Okay, did you all understand, friends, how the questions will come? This is the way the question will come. Now another question I will just discuss with you. So this also came actually in the exam, so previous year's exams. Okay, how actually the question is little bit like this. So you see here how the question, this is also important question, how it previous year question only. 2s complement representation of 16-bit, please read carefully, students, number, in bracket it's written 1 sign bit and 15 magnitude bit. Okay, is 4fs. Okay, its magnitude in decimal representation is, magnitude in decimal representation is, choices are given 0, B1, C 32,767, D 65,535. So these are the choices. This is exactly 1 year this question has come. So I have just copy paste here, nothing else. Okay. So see here. So what is the question given? The question given here, 2s complement representation of 16-bit number including sign bit is FFFF. So what is telling here? It's a sign bit number, sign bit representation. Okay, FFFF is a sign bit representation. You have to convert it to the decimal representation. So what you need to do? So this is in the form of, so how the solution will be? The solution will be, so please try to understand, FFFF is given one sign bit. Okay, so any doubt has been come up? Just getting a pop-up message, something. Okay, somebody has done that. We'll see that whether it's -1 or something else. Okay. Okay, we'll see that. Okay, don't worry. So see here. So there is no -1 choice. It's a 1 is there. We'll see that what is actually. Okay. So this is the question, direct question I'm just writing. It's FF, it's a 1 sign bit and another 15 bits are magnitude bit, 15 magnitude bits. So, and remember here it's a sign bit representation. This FFFF is a sign bit representation. So how is it actually? It actually in the form of this. So sign bit and 2s complement of actual binary number. Okay, 2s complement of actual binary number. These two are equal. Okay, sign bit and 2s complement of actual binary number. Now FFFF, how to represent? It is actually 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 and 1 1 1 1. So out of this C here, this is my sign bit. Okay, and remaining 15 bits are magnitude bit. Okay, so remaining 15 bits are magnitude bit. So what is this actually? This is actually 16 bit. So this is actually 16 bit in which form? In 2s complement form. Okay, 2s complement form. But what you need to find out? You need to find out decimal representation. But this decimal representation of what you need to find out? Actual binaries decimal representation you have to find out. So what you need to do? You need to first convert this 2s complement form into actual binary form. Okay, so obviously leave the sign bit. Sign bit is as it is, which is 1. Okay, in order to get actual binary, what you have to do of 2s complement? Need to find out 15 bits 2s complement given form. Okay, what you need to do? You just, if you want to find out, so what, this is my sign bit obviously, and remaining how much? 111 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. This is what actually 15 bit 2s complement form. So what you have to do? First you have to convert into actual binary, then you have to write down the decimal equivalent of it. This is the solution, student. So for that, what you have to do? You have to find out, in order to get this, what you need to do? In order to get this, you have to, in order to get the actual binary, what you need to do? The 2s complement need to find out of 15 bit 2s complement given. Okay, so here the given is 2s complement. If you again find 2s complement, that will become actual binary. Okay, the question is given in 2s binary. If you again find out 2s binary, 2s complement, then obviously it will become actual binary. So see here what I have to do. First is sign bit, keep as it is. Remaining how many? 111 41 41 41s. This is in 2s complement. So I want actual binary. What I have to do? First I have to do 1s complement. Okay, I just has to do 1s complement. Then I have to add 1. It will become now 2s complement. Okay, so this is 2s complement. So which is 1 0 0 0 0 4 zeros, 4 zeros and 0 0 0. Now this is actually your actual binary. Okay, So now what you need to do? You need to convert into the decimal form. If I want to convert into decimal, how much it is? It's actually 1. Okay, but if somebody will ask you what is a signed form, decimal form, then this is -1. But in the question it's asked magnitude, so no need to keep the sign over there. And also in the option there is no sign bit, so no need to worry about it. Any doubt, student? This is very important question. Also it will come, this type of questions actually come in the exam. Please let me know, did you understand this question or not? Why I have find out the 2s complement? Did you all understand? Any doubt on this? Please let me know immediately. Any doubt? It's not, then we'll start the remaining thing. So any doubt? Any
If
doubt?
we ask in sign form, we will get -1.
What? Yes, only sign form -1. Because of it's asking here magnitude, that's why I'm getting only 1. Magnitude of -1 is what? It's 1. That's why I got 1. And in the choice also it's 1 only. That's why we no need of bothering about the sign form. And in the clearly in the question written, it's a magnitude. So that's why we are not going to worry about it. So these are all actually made easy questions actually. So students, okay, made easy GATE coaching class students actually. If you understand, we'll start the thing. Now I'll give you one more question. You have to answer this. Okay, choices are this one only. Instead of 2s complement, okay, try to understand, very important. Instead of 2s complement, let's say this is the same question has been written for 1s complement, then what is the answer? Choices are same only, students. Please let me know. So please put it in the chat box. Do it and put it in the chat box. Tell me how much?
0.
Yes, obviously
0.
0. Did you all understand? If it is 1's complement, all 15 ones are in the form of 1's complement. So you need to get actual binary. What you have to do? You have to make the 1's complement of this actual binary. So means here sign bit is keep apart. All ones will be become 0. So answer will be 0. At that time, the answer will be 0. So answer will be 0. All of you understand, students? Any doubt on this? So this type of questions you can expect actually. Okay. Any doubt, or will can we proceed further? Any doubt?
No doubt, sir.
Okay. So we'll go for next part of our thing. So next question. So this is also GATE 98 question. Okay. So little bit late, but anyhow, it's important question. Okay. So sorry, I have made it actually very old question. This is actually from my notes actually. That's why I'm doing. Okay. GATE 98 question. You can expect it. Okay. This type of questions actually. So let's say what is the question? See here. First I'm writing the question, then I will tell you. An equivalent 2s complement, an equivalent 2s complement representation of 2s complement number 1101 is. Choices are B, C, D. Okay, so read the question. The question is very important, and the question have little bit of clue has been given here. See here, it's written 2s complement of 2s complement number. Okay, what is the question given? An equivalent 2s complement representation of 2s complement number. One of the important questions, students. Sometimes this type of questions has been come up in the exam. So what you need to do? First of all, what is the trick? Okay, so the trick is here given you the question 2s complement of 2s complement number of 1101. So what is that actually? 2s complement. Please try to understand this statement. If you understand this statement, it's enough. 2s complement of 2s complement number of 1101 is actually what? Anything? Can anyone? 2s complement of 2s complement. What is that? It's actual binary form. Okay, it's actual binary form. Understand? Actual binary form. So now tell me, it's actually what? Actually 1101 means it's actually a sign bit. Okay, and remaining 101 means what? So what you need to do, you need to check now from the things what is the actual binary of it. If you do this 2s complement of this 101, what will happen? So first you have to find out this is actually sign bit is 1 mean it's minus. Now 1s complement of this is 010 and 2s complement of this is +1, so minus 011. So what is this? -3. So this is actual binary form is given to you -3 as an actual binary form. So now what you need to do, in which option this -3 has been given actually. Okay, you need to check that one. Am I correct, students? So what you need to do, you need to now read the options carefully. So what you need to do, I'm just doing it in another page. So first take the first option. Okay, 110100. Okay, the option is like this. In order to get the actual binary form, we have to get the 2s complement of the options. Okay, am I correct? So what you need to do, options are also in the form of what actually? Tell me, the options here given here are of the form of what actually? The options are also in the 2s complement form. So what you need to do, if you want to find out the actual binary, because as we know that 2s complement of 2s complement number is 1101 given here. So that's why which is actual binary form. So I have been find out the actual binary form of it. Okay. So now what you have to do, you have to find out -3 in which place is available, in which choices it's actually available. So for that what you need to do, you need to check the options and check in reverse way. So what you need to do here, take the options, that options are actually in the form of 2s complement. In order to get actual binary form, we have to get the 2s complement of the options. Am I correct? So options are also in which form? Options are also in 2s complement form. Okay, 2s complement form. It's little bit tricky, try to understand. Okay, so in order to find out the actual binary, so what you need to do from the options, you have to take the 2s complement of this options, 2s complement of the options. Am I correct? 2s complement of the options, then we can get actual binary of the options. Am I all correct, students? Any doubt? Anybody has a pop up here? Okay, somebody has written the answer, we'll see. So D option somebody has given, we'll see that whether it's correct or not. So see here, so here what I'm saying, 110100. So first bit is anyhow sign bit, just keep as it is minus. Okay, remaining bits we are going to see actually. Remaining bits, what you need to do, you have to find out 2s complement actually. So first you find out the 1s complement, next add 1 to it, which is 110, carry 1, 110, carry 1, 110 and minus. Okay, so is it -3, students? No, this is not -3. So option A is not satisfying. Okay, option A is not satisfying. So here option A is not satisfying. Next, go to the next option, 001101. Check whether 001101, 001101. So 0 is obviously plus. So if it is plus, so what you need to do, whether you want to check it or not? No, no need to check, because already I have been getting my actual binaries -3, students. So no need to check, whichever the option is 0 actually. Okay, so no need to check this one. Obviously it will not come in my result. Okay, next to check the second C option. C option is what? 110111. So 1 is here is 1, so it's minus, maybe there is chances. So if it is now, it's 1s complement of this is 01000. Now make +1 to get the 2s complement, which is minus, so 10010. Okay, is it -3? No, this is also not -3. So this is also not choice. Obviously the last choice D will be the answer. So how? We'll prove it here, check it here. 4 1s 0 1. So in order to do this, this is minus bit, keep as it is, and make 1's complement 00010 +1, which gives me 2s complement 11000 minus. So see here, 00011 is what? -3. So D is the option. Do you all understand, student? Very, very important question. Already it came in the exam. Like this type of questions you can expect from the sign magnitude forms. Okay, any doubt? So you have told me yesterday we have to do a lot of examples. That's why I'm doing many examples, students. Is it okay, or I will proceed next? Students, did you all understand variety of questions I am doing here? Nothing else. Okay. Is it all okay? Fine. Did you all understand, students? So D is the option. Okay. Is it fine? Or can I do one more question, or we'll proceed? Please let me know immediately. Can I go for one more question which is actually asked in the 2001? If you want, I will proceed. Else I will go for the next question, next part. Okay. Anyhow, we'll go check that one also. Why to leave that? Okay. Actually, this question asked in the GATE 2001. Okay, 2001. It's anyhow older, but the syllabus is as it is, so no problem. So what you need to do here, the question is, so I'm writing the question over here, the 2s complement, the 2s complement representation of -17. Okay, choice A. You have to do this one. I am not going to do this. 1110. B is 1041. C is 111110. D is 11001. Okay, find out what is the solution, what is the answer of it. The 2s complement representation of -17. Very simple. First, what I have told you, take 17 to represent in actual binary form. What you need to do? 1 2 4 8. Is it okay? We can do this 17 in this in these things or not? No. So okay, so need 16. Okay, so this will be your 1 1, other things are 0. Okay, so this is actual binary form of 17. Now -17 should be represented. So magnitude is a 1 and other are 1 1 0 0 0 1. So which choice, students? Which choice? D. Do you all understand, students? Anything? Anybody has doubt? Something has been pop up? Okay. A, no, wrong. So D is the answer, students. Okay. So -17 is represented as 1 1 0 0 1. Okay. Oh, sorry. This is 2s complement representation. Okay. Sorry, students. So this is not the answer. I'm sorry. I have not read it carefully. So this is my -17. Okay. So anyhow, this is wrong. So what you need to do, so this is actually actual binary. So what you need to do, it's a 2s complement representative. If it is signed magnitude form, this is the answer. Okay, only signed magnitude representation, this is the answer. But it's given 2s complement representation. So obviously you have to find out the 2s complement of 1 0 0 0 1. Okay, so what you need to do, first you find out 1s complement. What is the 0 1 1 1 0, and plus 1 is actually give me 0 1 1 1, and finally you need to put the negative sign on it. So 1 0 4 1. So what is the answer? B. B is the answer, students. Okay, am I correct? Everybody got B? So it was wrong, whatever I have done. Yeah, correct. B is correct answer. Okay, so whatever I have done earlier is actually, if the question is given like this, the signed magnitude form representation of -17, then D is the answer, students. Okay, do you all understand? So this much only from signed magnitude form. Then we'll proceed further, students, next part. So these many questions I have done, and remaining questions you can practice it from the made easy or something like this, but I will share with you that one also if you want, don't worry. So before going to the next part, what we are going to see. Okay, so do you all know about digital logic circuits? Do you all know about digital logic gates? Do you all know these things? So maybe some questions maybe come up. I don't know. Maybe it will come up. Do you want me to taught this, or it's okay? You can able to make it yourself. Please, somebody can explain. Let me know. Do you all know digital logic gates, or you want me to explain it in just 5 minutes? Your wish. Hello, Anil. Can you tell me, Anil? Do you know digital logic gates?
Yeah, sir. But you can explain me.
I'll explain for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Okay, it will take 10 minutes.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay. Just I'll explain. So what are digital logic gates available? Mainly the digital logic gates are 3 categories. Okay. What are those? Basic logic gates. Okay. Next, universal logic gates. And last one is exclusive logic gates. Okay, exclusive logic gates. So these are the 3 logic gates actually present in my digital circuits. Okay, so basic logic gates are nothing else, the AND or NOT. These are the basic logic gates. And now the thing is, why they are called basic logic gates? Because with the help of these basic logic gates, I can design any type of digital circuit in the world. Digital logic or digital circuit, anything you can say. I can design with the help of only AND or NOT given to me. Maybe it require very complex structure, but we can design. We may require 23 AND gates, 34 OR gates, 28 or NOT gates, but I can design any type of digital logic circuit, digital logic or digital circuit with the help of these 3 basic gates. Okay. Next part is universal logic gates. Universal logic gates are actually NAND and NOR. NAND and NOR are universal logic gates. Why? I can implement using NAND and NOR these basic logic gates. I can implement AND, OR and NOT using these basic logic gates. That's why these are called universal logic gates. If I can implement these basic logic gates, I can proportionally implement my any digital circuit using this universal logic gates. That's why these are called universal logic gates, because we can implement the basic logic gates using the help of this universal logic gates. Now the question, now the thing is, last one, exclusive logic gates. Exclusive logic gates are actually XOR and XNOR. In some of the gate books or things, they have been explained like this also, XNOR like this. It's nothing else exclusive. Where it is used, it is mainly used in the exclusive operations like data communication purpose. Okay, and data error correction and detection purpose. Okay, these are the gates has been actually used. Okay, I'll just explain in a brief little bit actually. Okay, so the basic logic gates, as you know that AND, I'll just clearly go very fast actually. You know these things actually. AND gate is actually basically it's a 2 input AND gate. The symbol is like this, A, B, and Z is A and B. So this is symbol you can say, and this is my function you can say. Okay, the function is A and B. Okay, and this is logical AND. It may be a 2 input, it may be multiple input also. There will be 3 input AND gate also possible. So which is nothing else, A, B and C. The output is Z, A and B and C. Okay, so this is kind of symbol and function. Then finally we can go to the truth table. What is truth table, student? The truth table is nothing else. It is actual the relationship between input and output. Okay, what is my input? The input is A, B, output is Z, which is A and B. Okay, so it actually gives me the relationship between input and output. Okay, so just a minute, just 2 minutes, 1 minute. So sorry students, there will be little bit network issues. Is that fine now? Is my voice and all everything is clear? So can we proceed? Hello students, is it all clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, so
Yes,
what
sir.
I have told here, the AND gate AND gate is nothing else, your like kind of this is a 2 input, so obviously if it is 2 input, 2 square, it's kind of 4 possible combinations are possible actually. So what are the 4 possible combinations? This is 0 1 0 0 1 0 and 1 1. So obviously 0 0. So what actually 2 input AND gate suggest me? The 2 input AND gate suggest me that if all the conditions are true, then my output is true. So I'll give an example over here, which is my favorite example actually. So I will just tell you actually that here a group of people to stand up in the class. How actually, if you are a girl, okay, and you are having curly hair, okay, and you are left-handed, okay. So if these three, all the conditions are satisfied, then only my output is true here. So what is my, if all the three possible combinations, if any of this combination is, any of this combination is false, then my output is false. So that's why it's are all false. If all the conditions are true, that's why I'm getting 1. So next, what is the IC number? Sometime actually you may get some feasibility of asking 7408. And now last part is equivalent circuit. You can able to find out any equivalent circuit with respect to basic logic gates or not? Okay, no. Okay, because this AND gate itself is a basic logic gate, so we cannot find out any equivalent circuit of this with respect to the basic logic gates. Okay, so this is actually the AND gate operation. So very simple. The next part of our syllabus is OR gate. So in OR gate, what is that? It's again the symbol. Symbol is nothing else, a 2 input OR gate. Okay, so this is A, B and Z. Z is actually A or B. Okay, so this is actually 2 input. There will be possibilities of many inputs and OR gates. So the functionality, everything is correct and same. So no need to worry about it. So this is my functionality. Okay, this is my symbol obviously, and this is my functionality. Next, the truth table. What actually truth table tells me? The truth table tells me that this actually gives the relationship between a input and the output. So here's a logical OR operation, which is nothing else, A or B. So obviously this is 2 inputs, so 2 square 4 number of combinations is possible. So 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1, these 4 combinations can be possible. Okay, so for this purpose we'll have what is the conditions, what conditions I'll be getting the true value. So I'll be getting true value. So I'll again give that particular examples, which one is actually my favorite example, which I am really taking in the classes actually while explaining these digital circuits. What if you are a girl, okay, and you are having curly hair, or you are having curly hair, okay, or you are left-handed, then you have to stand up. So here see the group of people has been changed over here. So what happened? So any of these conditions true, that's why or over here. Or means any of this condition is true. If you are a girl itself, you can stand up. If you are having curly hair itself, but you are not a girl, you can stand up. If you are having left-handed, if you are girl or boy, that doesn't matter. If you are left-handed, left-hand writing, then you can stand up. So what it suggests actually, or get here suggests that if one of the condition is true, then my output is true. So see here both the conditions are false, that's why my output is false. And other way, it's one of the condition is true, I'm getting the true value. Okay, so the again the IC number is quite obvious, 7432. And any equivalent circuit is possible with respect to basic gate? No, because OR gate itself a basic logic gate, so it is not possible. Equivalent circuit is not at all possible for it. Okay, then the next part, go to the next part. The obviously another basic logic gate, the last basic logic gate is a NOR gate. NOT gate is also, some of them are telling in the books actually inverter gate. Okay, or it's also called complement gate. Okay, anything. Okay, anything is possible, NOT gate, complement gate or inverter gate. Okay, so next thing is what is the symbol of the NOT gate? Which is very simple, it's A, and the symbol Z is A bar. Okay, so this is the function and this is my symbol obviously, and this is, there is no many input NOT gate is possible, it's just a single input NOT gate. Okay, obviously there is what is the truth table? A and Z is A bar. So what it tells actually, if I'm giving input here 0, if the input is 0, output is complement of it 1. If the input is 1, output is complement of it. So that's why it's called a complement gate as well. Okay, and what is the IC number? The IC number is 7404. Any equivalent circuit possible? No, obviously, because it's already a basic gate, so there is nothing is possible by using equivalent circuit. Okay, so this is all actually AND or not. So I'll give you one very practical example over here. Okay, so which is actually I'm really I have done during my BTech course actually, this practical example actually in the breadboard. Okay, you may not know about breadboard, or maybe know about breadboard, I don't know. So what is actually, let's say the question over here, I am going to design a car buzzer system. What is a car buzzer system, students? The car buzzer system is nothing else. So this is actually practical application of the whatever I have told till now. Okay, it's application of the basic logic gates. Okay, so see here, it's a practical application of basic logic gates. I'm going to design a car buzzer system. What actually car buzzer system? So this is my CBS, the car buzzer system, CBS. It actually takes 3 inputs. What are the 3 inputs? The 3 inputs are, let's say, ignition. Ignition means if engine is on of the car. Next, seat belt. The seat belt is off or seat belt is on. These are the 2 possible combinations. Either ignition is on or off. Here, door of the car is open or closed. Okay, door of the car. So, and output is what? The buzzer output, the warning or alarm, you can say. The warning over here, it will come up over here. That is actually CBS, car buzzer system. So what it tells actually, if I am going to design this thing, what I need to do? So if my ignition is on, so what is my CBS? When I will get a warning actually, I'll get a warning if my ignition is on, okay, and any of this seat belt is open or door is also open. Okay, do you understand? So this is the logic circuit I can design with the help of basic logic gates. So what we need over here, basically I need one of the input which is ignition. Okay, and then if seat belt, this is the seat belt. Okay, both will be AND gate. Similarly, the door will be get open and it's also AND gate, and both will go and make a OR gate. Okay, do you all understand, student? This is actually the circuit. If you design it with the help of basic logic gates, you will get the car buzzer system. Okay, so what you need to do, you just has to in the breadboard. In the breadboard, you can design this. You can take one IC of OR gate, which is nothing else, 7432 IC. You will connect it, and also you connect a 7408 IC. Okay, then take some of the wires to connect these same things and make 3 switches. The switches are nothing else, your ignition, seat belt and door. Then finally you will be having warning. Warning is nothing else, you can have a one small driver kind of thing which can actually drive the like speaker, which will give you the warning. Else you can put a LED over there also. LED, if LED glows or not, you can have to check that. If LED glows, when the LED will glow, if this condition satisfied, okay, the LED will go, else LED will be off. So this is the practical example of the basic logic gates. Okay, so another example I can tell you, but not now, later actually, because I have not told you till now about the binary subtraction. So I have not explained this example over here. So see here, the next part of the thing is universal logic gates. So we'll move to the universal logic gates. Okay, universal logic gates. So I have told you what is universal logic gates. NAND and NOR are called the universal logic gates. Okay, I'll tell you about this thing also, what is NAND gate and NOR gate and all later on. Okay, so don't worry. So see here again, the NAND gate is actually a 2 input NAND gate. Okay, this is A, B, this is Z is A and B bar. Okay, this is the symbol and this is the operation. This is nothing else, it's actually combination of AND or NOT. Okay, and this is the functionality, you can say. This is the functionality, and the truth table is quite obvious. It's actually opposite of the AND gate like truth table. It's like A, B, obviously there will be Z, A and B bar. So what it actually tells, 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. I'm just running away. Okay, nothing else. You know these things very well. This is 1, this is 1, this is 1, this is 0. Just the opposite of the AND gate, what we have discussed actually. Okay, next is IC number. The IC number is 7400, and last part is anything is possible equivalent circuit with respect to basic gate. Yes, we can design. What is that? AND gate followed by a NOT gate. So this is actually A, B. This will be my output A and B. This will be my output A and B part. Okay, just I am running behind the thing, nothing else. Just I want to finish this up quickly so that we can move to that next important part of our syllabus. Don't worry. Okay, do you all understand the concepts? I'm just refreshing your minds, nothing else. You have known about it. Okay, I'm just refreshing, don't worry. Okay, so next part of my syllabus is actually the NOR gate. Okay, so what is NOR gate? NOR gate is very simple. It's actually just the inverter of the OR gate. So A, B, Z is A or B bar. So this is my symbol, quite obvious. This is my function, quite obvious. And what is truth table? The truth table is just the opposite of the truth table of the OR gate. A, B, Z is A or B bar. Okay, so which is nothing else, 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. So this is 0 0 1 0 0 0. Okay, is it all correct, students? Yes. So what is the IC number? The IC number is 7402. And equivalent circuit possible? Quite obvious, yes, because this is OR plus NOT. I can have a one OR gate followed by a NOT gate. So this is my OR gate A, B, and this is my A or B bar. So this is A or B bar. So this is basic circuit with respect, sorry, equivalent circuit with respect to the basic logic gates. Any doubts, students, till now? Nothing. I hope there is no doubt. Okay, we'll run away to next point. So now the thing is, why these are called actually universal logic gates? Why NAND and NOR are called universal logic gates? Okay, are called universal logic gates because we can design universal logic gates. Okay, because we can design our basic logic gates AND or NOT. We can implement using NAND gate only the basic logic gates. Just I'm repressing the thing. Using NAND gate, how you can implement the NOT gate, I'll tell you. So we'll having this thing actually with us, a NAND gate. So which is actually A and B. I'll be having Z is A and B. So I'm just implementing NOT gate using NAND gate only. Okay, NAND gate only. So for this, what I have done, I am having NAND gate. I will be converting this output as a NOT gate. Okay. So what I have to do, just I am simply taking the two inputs connected, and instead of giving two inputs here, I'll just give a single input A. So if I'll put A here 0, so 0 will come over here 0, and 0 will also come over here. What is the 0 0 output of the NAND gate? Nothing else here, 1. So I'm giving here 0, I'm getting 1. Similarly, if I give 1 here, 1 1 will come here, 1 1, which is nothing else, 0. So obviously this is my NOT gate using NAND gate. Very simple. Okay, this is my A, this is my A bar. Just I need to connect both the inputs of the NAND gate. Just I need to sort both the inputs of the NAND gate, then I will be getting a NOT gate using NAND gate only. Okay, the next part, using NAND gate, how can I design a AND gate? Implement AND gate using NAND gate only. Okay, so for this purpose, what I need to do, very simple, I'll be having actually a NAND gate in my hand. So which is nothing else, A and B bar. So if I'll remove the bar somehow, so means if I put a NOT gate over there, then I'll be getting AB. Am I correct? So I need A and B, so I'll be getting AB here. So but I need only NAND gates to implement this. But in previous, I have implemented how to do the NOT gate just by simply sorting both the inputs of the NAND gate, so we can get a NOT gate. So this is my NOT, this is my NAND, which will give me completely my AND. Okay, do you all understand? This is my A, B. Here output is A and B bar. Here output is A and B bars bar, which is nothing else, A and B. Okay, so this is my AND gate representation using NAND gate only. Next part. So next part is how to implement the OR gate. Little bit important, OR gate implementation using NAND gate only. Okay, using NAND gate only. How to do that? Very simple, students. So I'll be having a NAND gate with me. Okay, so I want to implement OR gate. So I'll be having A dot B bar, but I will be converted into the A or B. So here you see my dot is getting converted actually to the OR. So what you need to do, I will be following certain fundamental law over here. What is that? I'll tell you. So just do one thing, just sort it. So this is my A. Obviously, I'll getting here what? A bar. Similarly, so this is my B. Obviously, I'll getting here B bar. Okay. So next part of the thing is what if I'm taking the inputs of it. So I'm connecting another NAND gate. So this is nothing else A bar dot B bar bar. So if I can prove that this is A or B, it is more than enough. This is my circuit of OR gate using NAND gate. So see here, as we know that De Morgan's law, I'll tell this De Morgan's law later also, but you may know about it very well. De Morgan's law. What De Morgan's law tells me that A and B bar. So if it is there A and B bar, so what you need to do, break the bar and change the operator dot to plus. Okay. Here also A or B bar, what you need to do, break the bar and change the operator or to dot. Okay. Here you see A dot B bar is there. So what you need to do, break the bar, A bar bar, change the operator dot to or B bar bar. So A bar bar is nothing else. Here it is A. Here it is A bar. Another here A. Okay. So if I take this A bar, it is nothing else A or B. So this is the circuit which gives me OR gate implementation using NAND gate. Okay. Very simple things. Similarly, I can design all these things using NOR gate also. How is it? Very simple. I can go it run up same the way. So this is my NOR gate A. This is my A bar. Okay. Similarly, I can do, this is my actually NOR gate, but I need actually A or B. So this is my A or B bar. If I can put a NOT gate, it will become A or B. So for that, this is my NOT gate. Okay. So if I put instead of NOT gate, whatever I have done here, if I replace this one with this, I can get a OR operation over here. So this is my OR gate. If I just put the same thing over here, this is the way. So this is my A or B bar. This is my A or B. Okay. So this is the implementation of OR gate using NOR gate. Next, the last part, which is nothing else, the AND gate. How to implement the AND gate using NOR gate? Using NOR gate, you can see here. So I'll be having NOR gate. Just you do one thing, just sort it up and tell that this is my A. So obviously this is my A bar. You can sort it up and tell me this is my B, this is my B bar. And similarly, you can take these two and tell that this is my another thing, which is A bar or B bars bar. So I know that De Morgan's law tells that break the bar, change the operator. Okay. B bar, which is nothing else A and B. So this is the circuit which implemented as a AND gate using NOR gate only. So this is universal logic gate. So what do you understand from this? I can design any type of digital circuit using NAND gate only. So this is the way you can design. How many number of NAND gates and all, it depends on the circuit's number of AND or gate only. Okay. And the last part, I'll just tell you very important part, which can be useful for also in binary codes actually, which I'll explain you tomorrow. Okay. So these exclusive gates are mainly few purpose. I'll tell you tomorrow. During code converters and all, we can use it actually. Third part of digital logic gates, exclusive logic gates. So XOR is exclusive logic gates. I'll tell you. So what is XOR symbol? XOR symbol is nothing else. It's sorry. XOR symbol. Okay. XOR symbol is nothing else. So this is your, sorry, this is your XOR. There is no bubble, students. Again, I made a mistake. Okay. This is my XOR. Okay. Which will be having this thing A, B, which is A XOR B. This is the symbol, and the functionality, which is nothing else. Z is A XOR B, which is A bar B, A B bar. This is the functionality, or this is symbol. This is the function. Okay. This is my symbol. This is the function. So what is the IC number? The IC number is 7486, and the truth table. What is truth table? Before starting to truth table, I'll tell you one more important thing which will be going to useful during gray coding actually. Tomorrow we are going to see that XOR gate is also called as one OR detector. Okay. What is one OR detector? It may be a single two input or maybe multi input. Let's say I'm taking a multi input here. Let's say these are 5 inputs. So this is my 5 input XOR, which is actually A, B, C, D, E. Now what is one odd detector? XOR is a one odd detector. How? Let's say my inputs to this XOR is actually 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. Then what is my output? Output enables if number of ones at the input is odd. That's why it's called a one odd detector. Okay, where it will be useful in the error correcting and decoding. Tomorrow we are going to see that one, where else we can use those things. Okay, so here it is number of ones are 3 is odd. That's why my output enables here Z is 1. Okay, if now the combination is all ones, then also it is odd, 5 is odd, output enables. Now if all are zeros, then output is the number of ones are 0, which 0 is a even number, so output doesn't enable. That's why it's called one odd detector. Okay, all of you understand? It's called one odd detector. It detects odd number of ones at the input. Okay, that's why it's called one odd detector. So what is the truth table? Very simple. A, B, Z is A XOR B. Okay, which is nothing else 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. These are the possible combinations we can expect from here. So it is actually 0, 0. The number of ones at the input is 0, even number. That's why output is 0. So this is number of ones are odd, output is 1. Number of ones are odd, output is 1. Number of ones are even, output is 0. So this is the truth table. Is it possible equivalent circuit? Yes, you can do this circuit using not and or not. I'm not doing this. You can do this. So this is very simple. A bar you can take, B you can take like this. Similarly, A you can take and B bar you can take like this and take AND gates and finally take the OR gate. So this is the way you can design the equivalent circuit using basic logic gates. Any doubts, students, till now? Okay, if it is not there, we'll move next. XNOR gate. XNOR gate is again same way. So this is just the opposite of the XOR gates, which is nothing else. A XOR B bar also you can write, or you can write A XNOR B. You can also write A bar, B bar, or AB. Okay, it is just opposite. Okay, so it's also called one event detector. Okay, it's also called one event detector. These are the particular exclusive operations. Because of that, these are very much useful in the data communication purpose. Okay, I'll give one of the example at the end of the class, then I will leave the class. Okay, so what is the basic truth table of it? Truth table is nothing else. It's very simple. It actually gives the input output combinations, which is A XNOR B, which is nothing else, one event detector. So obviously this is even number of ones, output 1, odd number of ones, output 0, sorry 1 0, output sorry 0, and 1 1, even number of ones, output 1. Okay, this is actually the truth table. The IC number is 74266, and you can implement it very simple way. You can do that one, A bar, B bar. So this is the way. This is my A, this is my B. You can do this, take a jumper and do this. B, take a jumper and do this. Then finally put a OR gate. This is my your A XNOR B. This is the basic circuit, sorry, equivalent circuit using basic logic gates. So now the last part of this today's class, I'll just give an like application of this where we can use the particularly this exclusive logic gates. Okay, one I will give tomorrow. Now I'm giving one more application actually here. Then we'll end up the class actually. So application is nothing else here. What we have to do, let's say certain particular data communication. What is data communication actually, students? So it is mainly useful. XOR and XNOR are mainly useful in data communication. Okay, so let's say this is my transmitter station. I am transmitting some data. Let's say the data is 1011. I am transmitting through the Wi-Fi. Then this is at the receiver station. This is my transmission section. This is my receiving section. So in the receiver section, I have received 1100. Okay, here I have sent 1011. I have received at the receiver section 1100. Whether my transmitted data, whatever here, is correct or not, how a receiver session fellow will come to know? He will be sent particular things over here along with the data. That is called parity bit. Okay, so here what will happen? In this case, it will going to be detect that parity bit. So which will be actually here, it will, if you can add this parity bit and send up over here, that will be designed with the help of XOR and XNOR. We will see all these things very particular way while we are teaching the Hamming code or parity bit code, error correction and detection. okay, during combination logic circuit design. We'll see it. Okay, don't worry. So this is the particular application of the exclusive logic gate. And also tomorrow we are going to see some other application of XOR. So don't worry. So this much for today's class. Is that okay, students? Did you all understand my class? Hello? Hello, students?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so we'll do one thing. We'll stop it over here. Is that fine? Is that all okay? So today's class, how you felt actually? I don't know. I just really running away because of these things you might have known well. That's why I have run away actually. Okay. Because I just want to cover up complete syllabus. In my D course actually, what in GATE course also while I am taking, this is the way I am teaching actually. Okay. So this is the way little bit I am running because these are all very fundamentals. Okay. You should be known about it very well. That's why I just run away like this. Okay. And mostly I have covered like very basic parts of our digital electronics GATE course. Okay, if you have any doubt, please let me know, students, else we'll stop over here. And also I will share the notes as well as the YouTube links today. Okay, so that you can go and check more number of problems over there which I have said, which I have like done. And also I will share you my notes actually which I have during my GATE exam, what I have prepared. It's almost similar, 90% are similar. Yesterday somebody has sent me actually the syllabus. It's almost, I have checked, it's only the microprocessor pass they have removed, else everything is almost similar what I have studied during my GATE time. Okay, so like if it